A hurricane wreaking havoc in North Carolina, wildfires sweeping through Los Angeles, and devastating flooding in Kentucky. These are some of the latest examples when nature is at its worst, and it's also a time when it can bring out the best. Sending money is always welcome, and with the advent of the internet, it's only a matter of clicks. But there's also another way to lend a hand and really get involved. For more than 30 years, the United Methodist Church has operated a disaster relief depot in Baldwin, Louisiana. Sager Brown, a picturesque place located along the banks of Bayou Teche, it plays a critical role in caring for people when the worst happens. This week, a team from Chapelwood Church in Houston is joining with groups from East Texas, Arkansas, and Knoxville, Tennessee, to assemble cleaning buckets, which are sent all over the country when the need arises.
5 scrubber scouring pads, which are these.
We're putting gloves and desiccant, the last things in our bucket, passing it over for a label.
Along with the buckets, there are sanitary kits. They all need to be verified to make sure they are properly assembled. For people caught in crisis, these items are ready, freely given to those in need, and one of the ways the process of getting them back on their feet can begin.
I've still got these two to do.
But there's a lot more to Sager Brown than sending supplies. Some team members have carpentry skills. A wheelchair ramp, which was started by a previous team, is the major construction project of the week. It turned out to be no ordinary task. Since the home is elevated, the ramp is being constructed with a switchback. 76 feet in total, with materials alone costing $2,500 or more. Marlon Mullins is a retired mechanical engineer. He's also a long-term Sager Brown volunteer and the project foreman. Marlon's plan is building the ramp's frame in sections on the Sager Brown campus and then carrying it with them to the site for assembly.
Well, the idea is to build as much of it at the shop as we can, just because we got a flat, smooth concrete surface to work on, and we got chop saws and table saws. It's just easier to work there than it is to work out here. It also makes the work out here go a lot faster.
While the theory is sound, putting it into practice is, well, always a challenge. The modules have to be leveled and the incline measured accurately, and with Louisiana's famous gumbo soil, adjustments have to be made. The pillars are placed in just the right spots. An auger is used to drill the hole. Then after the posts are set in place, cement is used for filling. But no water is needed since the wet soil and an overnight rain will provide the saturation needed. Now with the frame firmly in place, the decking tops the structure. No question power drills are a real time saver as the project is shaping up. Out front, a team member uses a pickaxe to crush the gravel and oyster shells to help level the landing into the soil. Later, cement is poured in a dome-like fashion for a smooth transition from ramp to ground. Back at the depot, the assembly line to fill the buckets continues. Usually, short-term volunteer teams spend a week at Sager Brown, meaning there are 4 complete workdays. But it's not all work and no play. A small choir was formed during the week and traveled to a senior center off-site. It didn't matter if the singing was on key. Just caring enough to show up brought warm smiles on a cold February afternoon. Sometimes it's the little things that matter most. The team that built the ramp learned an elderly woman a few doors down needed a window frame fixed on the exterior of her home. It didn't take more than 10 or 15 minutes to reset the aging wood, but with the north wind blowing and the temperatures headed south, fixing the frame will help keep the home warm this night and on nights to come. By Thursday, the ramp is nearly complete. Before the module for the front porch can be added, the old rotted staircase is removed. Now, the last piece of the puzzle. The porch frame is put into place, and its decking screwed down tightly. All of the little modifications are done to make certain the entire ramp is firmly fitted and snug. Rails are added and things touched up for the most rewarding part of the entire week, the time when Miss Wanda gets to test it all out. Legally blind, she's not ready for a wheelchair yet, but Miss Wanda now has a safe way to walk from her front door to her yard, and she couldn't be happier.
Oh my God, thank y'all so much. So like the kids say, y'all did that. Oh, I love this, y'all. I love this. Oh, I love this so much.
Later that afternoon, a tractor-trailer arrives at the Concord depot, ready to receive a load. With the help of a forklift, the cleaning buckets, which the team has been assembling all week, are carefully loaded into the big rig and headed to help people who are starting over.
I'm going to Kentucky.
Awesome, amazing. I don't know how many buckets y'all did, but I'm sure over 2,000, maybe 3,000 buckets.
They say time flies when you're having fun. And sometimes the Sager Brown leadership team calls this week Senior Summer Camp. Already the campers from Chapelwood are planning for a return next year.
It's getting to know people in a different way. You get to work with them or see them on Sunday mornings, but you only get to chat with them for maybe 30 to 60 seconds. And here you can have some really meaningful conversations. There's time to actually get to know the other members of Chapelwood and get to see what's going on in their lives, get to care for them.